So now let's try examples of parallel and perpendicular lines. We want to determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. A quick way of doing that is to put all the lines in slope-intercept form. In other words, solve for the y or the output value. That way we can immediately look at the coefficient of the x, which is your slope, and compare. First example here, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So we get 6y equals a negative 3x plus 21. I'm going to divide everybody by 6. And I get y equals a negative a 1/2 x plus, and it really doesn't matter what your y-intercept is unless they happen to be the exact same b for both lines. So that reduces to what, 7/2? So our first slope here is a negative 1/2. So let's take a look at our next equation, the 2x minus y equals 7. If we subtract 2x from both sides, we get a negative 2x plus 7. We're going to divide both sides by the coefficient of that y, which is a negative 1. And we get y equals 2x minus 7. So the slope of this guy is a positive 2. Well, we could write that 2 as a fraction, 2/1. Notice both of these are opposites. One's positive, one's negative, and they're reciprocals. That means they are perpendicular. Let's do the same thing for the two lines here in B. We're going to subtract 2x from both sides because we want to get this y by itself. So we'll get 5y equals a negative 2x plus 9. Divide everybody by 5. We get a negative 2/5 x plus 9/5. So the slope here is a negative 2/5. On the second equation, again, we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. So we get 2y equals a negative 5x plus 3. Divide everybody by 2. We get a negative 5/2 x plus 3/2. So this slope is a negative 5/2. Well, these guys are not opposites, okay? Opposites, nope. They're reciprocals, right? But they have to be both. So this guy is neither perpendicular, because it doesn't have both, and it's not parallel because they're not identical. They're not exactly the same. See, they've already put it in mx plus b format for both of these. They just put it in function notation. So the slope for this first guy is 3, and the slope of this second guy is 3. Since they are the same, then we know that these two lines are parallel. Now in example 3, we're wanting to write the linear equation that passes through the point negative 2, 5, and is perpendicular to the line y equals 3/8 x plus 1. This information is only to give us the slope. Because notice they only gave us 1 point. In order to find the slope, we need to have 2 points, or they need to give us some other information, like it's parallel or perpendicular to another line. So if our line is perpendicular to this line, whose slope is 3/8, then that means our slope is going to be a negative 8/3, because it has to be the opposite sign and reciprocal. So again, we can use the point slope equation. We can plug in our xy value that was given, the negative 2, 5. So we would get y minus 5 equals our slope of a negative 8/3 times x minus a negative 2. Remember, minus a negative is plus a positive. So we get y minus 5 equals, let's distribute, and we get a negative 8/3 x minus 16/3. Remember that 2 is like a 2/1. And then we have to add 5 to both sides. And we would get y equals -8/3 x. And it would be helpful to rewrite that 5 so we can add these two together. So in order to combine those two, we're going to have a -16/3 plus, I'm going to change that 5 to 15/3. -16/3 plus 15/3 gives us a -1/3. So that is our B.